Remember, there are two places you can get your leg pulled. Your chiropractor's office and right here on the Center Line with Dave.
Folks, are your pansies pitiful? Your maters mushy? Then they need a good dose of Rodeo Ann's Horse Apple Rejuvenator for the swift kick and long pull. Rodeo Ann's horse apples are sourced from the finest horse barns and corrals in Colorado and Wyoming. Sanitized and freeze-dried to retain that swift kick, Rodeo Ann's will have your pansies perky and your maters ripe and firm in no time. Just dig a hole next to your plant and drop an apple in that hole, cover and water, and watch it work its magic. Ready for those summertime eat-over-the-sink, juicy mater sandwiches. Look for Ann's Rodeo Horse Apples coming soon to your local nursery and feed stores. Ann's Rodeo Horse Apples. Order now by going to rockyhorseapples.zap for fast delivery.
This just in. Mary had a little lamb. Peter Piper denies he's the father. Details at 11.
The Center Line with Dave is free of all gluten, peanuts, whey, jet fuel, laundry detergent, and turnip greens may cause grins, chuckles, and hoots. Do not listen if you suffer from ill tempers, lack of humor, can't take a joke, or easily get the poochy lip. Keep away from children and pets, except hamsters and chipmunks.
Dave says, hey, come along for the ride.
Hey, all you guys and guyettes, you are about to jump into a barrel of grins with Dave. Adult-oriented comedy stories and tall tales. Politics, not so much, maybe just a little, but not much. Enjoy your ride. Now here's Dave.
Good morning, all you Bubbas and Bubettes. Glad to have you along on the ride today here on the Center Line with Dave. It's going to be a great day today, and so y'all stick with us, and we'll be back and get this show on the road right after this.
From Peckerwood Research, the makers of Roughneck No. 9, comes Insta-Tuffy. Just chew one Insta-Tuffy gummy and go from this.
You're being a guinea pig, doing nothing.
To this in seconds.
So you and your friends can leave now, or they can carry your fat ass out in a bucket.
You step into the fray, you get right up into Billy Badass's face. You still get your ass kicked, but you feel 10 foot tall and bulletproof, even while Billy Badass is wiping the floor with your puny butt. So don't just walk away like a sissy, stand up like a man, and get an ass whooping the gals are gonna love you. Just don't get the big head, cause you are still a woozy. Insta-Tuffy, a 30-day supply, is only $49.99. Go to toughstufferini.zit and order today another fine product from Peckerwood Research.
Paging Dr. Bleedin', Dr. Izzy Bleedin', paging Dr. Body, Dr. Selma Body.
Good morning, Buckwheats. You got something?
Yes, Amai and me are going to have an offspring unit.
You are?
Yes, for sure.
Well, you're not even married yet.
When did that matter?
Well, yeah, you're right there. Yeah. Well, good. Congratulations. When is it due?
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yes, it takes about 3 weeks for complete creation and activation.
How do you and Ame have a kid anyway?
We produce a replicated unit.
Oh, a unit.
Yes, our baby is a replicated unit. We use our optical equipment. Remember I explained that to you before?
Okay, yeah. All right, you have a replicated unit. That's what you call a baby, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, just how does this come about?
It's really fun. We create our own chip. After we decouple our optical devices, we place the chip in an uncooked buttermilk biscuit.
Wait a minute. You put it in what?
A buttermilk biscuit.
What are you talking about?
Yes, and we bake it on 450 degrees for 30 minutes.
Buckwheat, you're off your nut.
You know, the origin of buttermilk is not from this world. The buttermilk came from the star system Bavina Rectuli.
Buttermilk biscuits came from outer space?
Yes, that is correct. Cows were brought here by the Anunnaki 400,000 years ago.
Oh, no. Buckwheat, this is getting too weird. So let me understand this. She puts a chip inside herself, then y'all connect your optical cables, okay, and then you do whatever you do with the optical cables, and that loads the chip. Then you take a chip out and you put it in an uncooked buttermilk biscuit at 450 for 30 minutes.
Yes, exactly. Yes, 450 for a male, 475 for a female, and that's about it. No muss, no fuss. Clean as a whistler, and you don't have a screaming kid to fool with when you are trying to sleep.
I see. Okay. And then in 3 weeks, it morphs into a unit that resembles you and Ame, just like a human, right?
Yes, the unit we will call Brutus Abraxas.
I see. Okay. Okay. All right. But Buckwheat, okay. My head's about to explode. Hand me the duct tape. Let's get on with the show.
10-4, good buddy. Just call me Daddy Cakes.
Men, are things going too good in the bedroom? Your love life is wearing you out, leaving you exhausted before lunch? You lucky dog? No, seriously. Well, relief is at hand, introducing Niagara the pill that will bring you and your wife back down to earth and reality together. You and your wife take one Niagara pill at the same time, so you curb those hot-to-trot desires at the same time. So if it's almost a daylight till dark situation, Niagara will have you acting like an old married couple in no time. If you long for only once a week, whether you need it or not, then Niagara should be in your future. Listen to this satisfied couple.
After just 3 days I could get up in the morning, shower, shave and have my coffee. All while June was still in bed sound asleep and cutting them Z's. Niagara is great.
I have never felt so rested. Ward and I now have time for the kids and the gang at the country club. Thank you, Niagara. Call 1-89972-55667 and order today. Seniors over 65 ask for our special discount. A product of Limp and Dangle.
It's time now for Back in the Day with Dave.
There are a lot of mysteries in this world. The pyramids, ancient cities in Central America and in South America, Bolivia, Peru. A lot of fascinations. The Moai statues on the Eastern Island. Just a tremendous amount of mysteries in this world. But there's one mystery that is often overlooked, but was, at least for us in our younger days, the mystery to surpass all mysteries. And that was the Teacher's Lounge. That door to the Teacher's Lounge was a door to another dimension. Who knew what was on the backside of the Teacher's Lounge door? Because as a student, you were not allowed to go through the Teacher's Lounge door. You were even afraid to touch it, afraid it might electrocute you, or it might suck you through the door into that dimension of teachers. Those creatures that were just not quite like the rest of us. What did they do behind that door? Sometimes you could hear a chuckle or two. Sometimes you could smell the whiffs of smoke coming from behind that door. Did they smoke? Did teachers smoke? Oh, you knew Mom and Daddy probably smoked. And I mean, that was just part of everyday life to see Daddy light up a Winston or a Camel cigarette. But a teacher smoking? No. Could it be? And all the rumors about what went on in that Teacher's Lounge. I remember the stories about that's where they designed, built, and kept the infamous spanking machine, the paddle machine. Every kid in school feared the paddle machine. Nobody ever saw it. Nobody ever fell victim to it. But we all knew it was there. Somewhere lurking in that Teacher's Lounge was the paddle machine. The dreaded paddle machine. And what did teachers do while they were in there? I remember one kid told me, he says, they take off their clothes and dance around naked in the teacher's lounge. Well, that just conjured up visions of naked teachers jumping around, running wild and crazy, naked in the teacher's lounge. Rumors flew fast and furious about what did teachers eat in the teacher's lounge. Every now and then you could get a hint, a little whiff of maybe a pizza, fresh popcorn, a fresh baked apple pie, all these wonderful smells, not the smells of the lunchroom, not the notorious lunchroom, but the wondrous smells from the teacher's lounge. It was mind-boggling. It definitely was another dimension outside of this world, something that us mere mortal children would never, ever know. I remember seeing one of my teachers go into the teacher's lounge with a certain dress and a certain pair of shoes on. And the next thing I know, they come out, they're in slacks, they're in dress sandals. She's got toes. It was unbelievable. What is going on? What happens behind that door? What transformations? What evil doings? What breeding of new requirements for us kids in the classroom go on behind that door? The teacher's lounge, the dreaded teacher's lounge. But we all wanted to know. We were drawn to it. We were drawn to that door. And what would happen? Someday, some child was going to get the kahunas to peek through the teacher's door. Were they crazy? Did they want to die at the early age of 10? What would happen if you opened that teacher's door? It was a common conversation amongst us 8 and 9-year-old kids. The teacher's door, the teacher's lounge. Wow. We were convinced that teachers, they never grew up like we did, starting as babies and children. Teachers were always teachers in our mind. They just cropped up. They just came from a teacher's hospital somewhere. But they were always a teacher, a grown teacher. And whenever you ran into one of your teachers at the grocery store or in church or out on the street somewhere, it was bizarre. It was weird. It was almost like you were in the Twilight Zone. Here was a teacher. She was out of her element. What is she doing in everyday life? Doesn't she know she needs to get back to school before something terrible happens to her? Oh my God. Our poor teacher, please go. Shun the sunlight. Get back in that classroom where you belong. Did teachers have some sacred ceremony that they performed in the teacher's lounge? Did they pray to the gods of chalkboards and rulers? What exactly were they doing in that teacher's lounge? The laughter, the sinister laughter. What was it all about? What were they concocting next for us children to create havoc in our lives? The teacher's lounge. We never knew. We never ever really knew what really went on in the teacher's lounge.
From Whistle Britches Records comes a new artist that is blowing up the charts. It's Mama Michelle's Smoky Mountain, Mexican music. Mountain music with a Jalisco-style flair. Songs like Grinding My Teeth Over You, Moonshine Muchachos, Sour Mash Serenade, and the chart-busting duet with Jalisco Joe and the Monteagle Mamas, the hit song Taters, Tomatoes and Mangoes. The 2-CD set is only $49.99 or 1,000 pesos. Order online at mountainmichelle.toot.
Well, folks, I got to get out of here. It's been fun. Glad to have you along on the ride with us today on the Center Line. And just remember, whatever else you do today, in the words of my good old friend Ludlow Porch, you find somebody to be nice to. Charlie Ann, sing us out of here, babe.
Where, oh, where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and I thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day. You have been on the Center Line with Dave. Join Dave every Wednesday and Saturday. You can contact Dave through his website, thecenterline48.com. There you can email Dave or post a message. You can also find Dave on YouTube. Just type in the Center Line with Dave. For Dave and Charlie Ann, thanks for listening. I'm Buckwheat J. Furtwangler. Have a great day. Yabba dabba doo.
The Center Line with Dave is a copyrighted production, all rights reserved. Remember, there are two places you can get your leg pulled. Your chiropractor's office and right here on the Center Line with Dave.